Well, we've got FA Cup action coming up today. Hit like and subscribe. Let's go live the dream. What's up, guys? ChasingLamely here with episode number 59 of Living the Dream. And today we play MK Dons in the first round of the FA Cup, which hopefully will be a nice, fruitful run for us, because you can see over here on the right, we need the money. We need the money quite badly, to be honest. So a good cup run would really help us out. In terms of what you've missed since we last met, which was the Fleetwood game, we lost 2-1 to Burton with Jason Porter scoring because I ran out of strikers. And then we lost 3-1 to Portsmouth with Gary Petty scoring a goal for us. And then we beat Oxford 2-1 with Gary Petty getting himself a brace. And still, Jason Porter found his way into the team. Things have been a bit weird. But today we've got a few more players back. Some players missing. One of the big misses for us is going to be Marshall Wickham, who is currently away on holiday because he cannot apparently go more than 3 games without needing a rest. We've got Ethan Watson out injured, but otherwise we're pretty much doing okay. But let's get into the game and let's see what we can do. So our starting line today is Harry Starkey in goal, Larry Lee at right back. We've got Chatfield, Kirk and Curtis making up the rest of the defence. Kerrigan, Jeffries, Hardy and Dixon as usual the midfield. And Petty and French up top, as is becoming very familiar. We do need to get Marshall Wickham playing regularly though, because we need some more goals, quite frankly. But Marsh, Lee, Cisse, Hadaway, King, Barton and Porter on the bench. Let's get straight into it. Let's see if we can win our way through to the second round of the FA Cup. In the dressing room, we are the underdogs here. That suits us down to the ground. Let's go. No one cares. No one cares about causing an upset. I'll motivate them in just a second. Why not? But I'm looking forward to this game. It should be quite good, and hopefully we'll pick up a win. Free kick for McDon's, and it's Sid Nelson, the ex-Swindon player, taking it forward to Carroll puts the ball as Tom Carroll used to play for Spurs, and it's Adarito into the box, and Starkey makes the save, because that's what Harry Starkey does. We've come to expect that of him. Bit of a nothing highlight, but you know, it is what it is, and we went straight into a corner. Hardy short to Jeffries. Jeffries back to Hardy, back to Larry Lee. Will Larry have a pop? He puts it in for Jamie Dixon, and that's 1-0, and that's already looking pretty special as these things go. Jamie Dixon's had a few games where he's not really done anything super special, so it's nice to see him get on the score sheet. The Hardy Lee Jeffries combination from the corner working really well to get people time to get into space. And Jamie Dixon, the man at the back post, ready to profit from it. He was onside, wasn't even a question. Don't know why we're looking. Good times all around. That's 1-0. Corner with Steve Hardy, and he's taking it short to Jeffries. Will he cut it back to Larry Lee? He will. That's what I expect. Forward to Jeffries, back to Lee. I thought Lee was shaping up to shoot then. Jeffries to Hardy. Hardy puts it in for Kieran French. And that's 2-0. That's praise dropping time at 2-0. And there's only 24 minutes on the clock. And Kieran French doubling our lead with a great finish. Really good finish. Lee short to Jeffries there. Hardy with the cross. French just gets a toe on it to put it away. And it's good to see Kieran French sort of starting to find some goal scoring form, at least on camera. He saves all his goals for games that I put on YouTube for some reason, but he's getting goals, and that's what I care about right now. Throw-in with Michael Curtis goes to Dixon. Jamie Dixon cuts it back to Steve Hardy to Dixon. Cross goes over. Nichols is equal to that to claim it. And now we need to regroup, ready for the counter-attack from Milton Keynes Dons. But Curtis gets rid of it to Hardy. Hardy tries to go back to Curtis. Doesn't really anticipate the run. Dixon over the top, looking for Kieran French. Kieran French kind of struggles to get the ball under his feet and gets tackled. And the ball goes forward to Windass. That's Josh Windass. Back to Houghton. To Tom Carroll. What can we do? Let's get on top of this. Cut out by Dixon. Good stuff by Jamie Dixon there. Can he play the ball forward? Is he going to go out alone? He's going out alone. And Jamie Dixon gets his second goal of the game. And we like when Jamie Dixon is on goal scoring form. It happens very rarely, but when it does, it's a beautiful sight to behold. And really good build-up there. He made it himself by anticipating that pass. Went on a run by himself. Thought he might lay off to someone. He didn't. Wait till he got to the 18-yard line and just smashed that home. And that's what we like to see. Another throw-in, and it's Curtis taking it for us. Short to Steve Hardy this time. I thought Steve Hardy was going to fancy a pop. Then Kerrigan heads it down to Petty. It's kind of a bit of a scramble, gets away, and we can't get it back into the box, apparently. Another throw in with Curtis. Are we going to make it 4 before half-time? Williams heads it away, only as far as Steve Hardy. Hardy, ball over the top, looking for Harris Kerrigan. Can't quite get there, but it falls to Larry Lee. Ball back into the box. Warner gets rid of it. Curtis is going to get on the end of this. Can he get the ball into the box? Puts it forward. Can't quite find Kerrigan again, as with a Gay. And Sorinola puts the ball forward. Kirk heads it down to Chatfield, nicely controlled, and Larry Lee on the ball. Big ball forward again, looking for Petty. Heads it into the path of Kieran French. Kieran French rounds the goalkeeper and gets himself another goal. And that's 2 for him today. He says he's staking his claim for a regular place on the commentary, and I cannot argue with that because he really is staking his claim for a regular place. Kieran French with a great finish, good touch to take it round the goalkeeper, slides it home, and is he looking for another perfect hat-trick? He just needs a headed goal to get himself that perfect hat-trick. We're heading into injury time in the first half. Warner to Nelson, to Tom Carroll. 4-0 is how things stand as Josh Windass makes his way through. Is it going to be 4-1? It is. And suddenly we start seeing that defensive frailty. The defence kind of went to sleep. Bit of resting on our laurels maybe. Wasn't quite what we were looking for. But, you know, we'll just have to cope with it. Hope they don't score 3 more. But Windass really just had too much time. Too much space to pick his spot right there. And it wasn't quite what I wanted to see, to be honest. Not at all what I wanted to see. It's going to check for an offside, but he wasn't. He wasn't even remotely close to being offside there. There was no need to check that offside. And we're going to go into half-time, and it is 4-1 on the score sheet as we go into the break. We're going to go into the dressing room. We're going to tell the boys that we're pleased, keep it going, jobs are good, and let's start the second half. And we're kicking straight off with a highlight. Windass to Warner to Sorinola, and this has got me a bit worried they're going to get a second right out the gate in this second half, which is not what I want to see. It's Adarito with the ball running at us. Let's try and get some defensive work going on. He's put it clean wide, and that's a good bit of a break for us. Corner, Jeffries has picked up the ball. That took me by surprise a little bit. Larry Lee to Jeffries, back to Larry Lee, back to Jeffries again. Ball goes across. Freddie Barton, the sub, is put it over the bar. I've just brought him on purely because Harris Kerrigan was looking tired. There's a couple of guys in centre mid also looking a bit tired that I could replace quite easily. Ball goes out towards Dixon, headed forward to French. Can French make his hat-trick complete? He can. And that's 2 hat-tricks in 2 episodes, and that's his 7th goal of the season. So he doesn't just score single goals anymore. His hat-trick or nothing, apparently, is Kieran French's whole thing right now. Really well done as well. Headed away by Dixon, straight into the path of French. Uses his pace to beat the defence, puts it past the keeper, and that's a pretty special finish. That's 5-1. Another corner. Hardy, short to Jeffries. Jeffries puts the ball into the box. Petty heads it towards goal. Barrett gets rid of it, and now Nelson to Edwards. We've got to get back here. We don't want it to be 5-2. I mean, it's a cup game. Goal difference doesn't make a big difference, but, you know, got to keep the goalkeeper confident. Dixon gets in the way of that. Is Steve Hardy going to get there? He's not. He kind of gives up. Williams to Edwards to Jones. Houghton, Carroll, ball over to Adarito, but Larry Lee heads it back to Starkey, neutralises that attack, and I'm still looking at the bench to see what I can do, but the ball goes forward from Starkey, looking for Dixon, Houghton to Jones. Come on, let's get behind this. Let's get behind this ball. Williams to Carroll, more defensive effort needed really. Josh Windass with a pop from range, and that's just gone wide, and we're going to have a goal kick. Throw with Larry Lee into Freddie Barton, headed down to George Marsh, who's just come on as a sub. Out to Lee. Lee whips it into the box. Dixon with a header, and it's crossed the line. Now Jamie Dixon completes his hat-trick. 2 hat-tricks for 2 different players. It's 6-1, and suddenly the 2 players who I always worry about getting goals have come alive in the FA Cup. They're clearly big game players for us. I brought Barton, Cisse and Marshall as subs during the course of that little gap in things. I know Barton was in the last highlight, but Cisse and Marsh have come on in centre mid just to replace some tired legs, and the momentum just keeps going. Free kick for Milton Keynes Dons. Tom Carroll with a pop, but Starkey makes that save. And are we going to go beyond that for the highlight? Looks like we are. Starkey deep upfield to Petty. They're headed down to Barton. Can French get on the end of this one? He can't. Nelson to Macmillan to Carroll. Ball goes back to Warner. Ball over the top looking for Josh Windass. We've got to get back here and cover as quickly as we can. Kirk gets in the way of it and plays it out to Freddie Barton. Are we going to build an attack from here? Chatfield, forward to Larry Lee. Lee to Marsh. Marsh, options, should be looking for Cisse here. That'll be ideal. Gets muscled off the ball a bit by Carroll, but Marsh picks it up again. Ball out wide, looking for Barton, doesn't find him. And now Windass to Carroll. Carroll to Houghton. Houghton, ball over the top to Adorito. Let's get across and cover him if we can, please. Jones is in the box, and Simon Jones finishes with, frankly, quite a spectacular volley. He's picked up the ball to try and get the playback or get playback underway, and I don't know if they're going to get 4 more goals in the next 5 minutes, but you know, we're in for maybe an exciting finish. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens with that exciting finish. Well, maybe not as exciting a finish as advertised, but we finished 6-2. Man of the match is going to be Jamie Dixon. Dixon and French both picking up hat-tricks is pretty strong work for us. And let's go into the dressing room. People have written us off today. We've proved them wrong. Everyone should be inspired and motivated. Let's go see what we've got in the second round. And so we've made it to the FA Cup second round draw, and I've spotted that Sunderland are in the hat. We get Sunderland. That will be a turn up for the books. Let's draw all teams because there's 50 teams to draw. And we've got Wickham again. Of course we've got Wickham again. So that means we're probably going to play Wickham 2 episodes in a row, because we're playing Wickham in Friday's episode. Then that cup game comes up afterwards. So a bit of a double header against Wickham, I guess, is the order of the day. That works out, I guess, I suppose. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. I have, as always, been Chasing Lamely. You can catch me on the social media. I'm on Twitter, Insta, and Patreon at Chasing Lamely. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, which is up there somewhere. Magic graphic will appear there to remind you to hit the subscribe button and to select all by ringing the bell. Then it will tell you when I go live with things like the FM Premier League. And until next time, guys, thank you for watching. I have, as always, been Chasing Lamely, and I'll see you all very soon. Have a good one.